baby. What a night.
We gotta show like. Welcome back, Wrestle Nerds. We finally back. Welcome to another edition of Heels, Pops, and Chairshots. Victor Villain here. Let's Heels making their way to the ring.
Old school.
Pretty chubby flaco. Dímelo, mi gente.
Stop. You heard?
It's JP Savage.
All right.
Oh. And we just gonna open up with these boxes, baby. How we doing, ladies and gentlemen? Thank you for joining us on this fine evening. We hope you're blessed and safe. We are honored to be your escape from reality this fine week. And guys, welcome to the room where it happens.
Did it? It happened
We out here.
when me and Mischief
Living.
apparently on the opposite sides of the screen and shit. That's what happened.
Right. Y'all did the whole switcheroo thing.
Yeah, we panic trapped y'all asses. That's what happened. Because that's what JP
It
Savage
kind of
does.
worked out.
That's right.
Yo, JP, you know
Nice.
what?
First, I got
nice
the
things at
table
all.
on the floor and the air, mother. Make sure to subscribe and like the Heels, Pops, and Chairshots, baby. We are here to entertain, to inform, to implore you to stop watching garbage wrestling and listen to the good stuff from the bad guy, baby. Let's go.
I can't employ anyone.
Oh.
Implore.
Deploy?
Implore. You simpleton.
Deploy, that's when you just eject and shit.
What?
I said implore.
That right?
All
Deploy?
right, for Christmas,
Implore.
getting you
Deploy
motherfuckers
the
dictionaries.
All I know is I
saying,
came here
though,
for some
I-
fucking
I know what I'm getting
cardio.
you for Christmas. Along with a thesaurus, because I love you.
Is it not like
Thesaurus.
a thesaurus?
Sorry.
Initially, that's what I thought you said.
Oh, that ain't a thesaurus.
Initially, that's what I thought. But guys, let's hit some cardio. Let's lose some weight over here. Time to run the ropes on this heavy week of wrestling. 2 weeks to be exact. We just came from SummerSlam weekend. NXT Takeover was amaze balls. They also won the Wednesday Night Wars apparently because Dynamite was on Saturday. But Jon Moxley, a very high the top guy in AEW. Let's
How
say.
high is he?
Well, I don't know how high he gets, but he's on the top of the chain in AEW, and he had a lot to say about Vince McMahon. He very critique about Mr. McMahon. He says he's the one that's the problem in WWE.
Is that because his wife doesn't get a paycheck from there no more?
Oh.
Hey, that was my choice. That was my choice.
Was it?
Was it?
I don't know.
I feel like
I mean-
I'm asking.
Did he say anything that you were surprised about?
Yeah. You know what that tells me?
Nah.
Is that Vince hasn't had to, get Jon Moxley out of jail, out of a murder crime, out of a double homicide. Like, that's what, you know what I mean? Because anybody that's had that type of backing from Vince ain't saying that shit. They're like, Vince is a great man.
Le están
Vince
chupando
is
el
a great
culo.
man. You know what I'm saying? So, listen, if he's helped
I guess
you
that's
out,
the start of.
listen, you got to take Vince like it is. He's either going to help you out or he's going to fuck you. Right?
Wow.
Hey,
No, whoa.
In the case of certain lady referees.
Take that how you will. But that's what it is. And happy birthday to Vince McMahon himself. Belated birthday. Had his birthday this week. Yo, what is he, 77 now?
yes, indeed.
75.
75?
Así now.
Yo,
Still
and y'all
taking
saw when he was
bumps?
you taking bumps, showing Gronk how to do it?
Yeah.
Better condition than all of us.
Welcome.
I'm sorry, but like, seeing
Facts,
Gronk being
facts.
scared to jump off the... I'm afraid of heights, but I would have done it. And Gronk...
The boss should never ask them to do something he wouldn't do.
That's right.
Good shit. I
Somebody
love
should
it.
have told him not to. He's 75 years old.
I feel he should definitely take a little step back though in some production. It's just I think maybe it's the trust issues.
I
Man,
feel like we've been
'cause
saying that for
even
25 years.
he didn't want.
Uh-oh.
Oh, Vic is
Oh.
dead.
Samudio!
It's not a.
Oh,
Eh?
Samudio!
It's not like I want to see my friends fall.
Aha!
Aha.
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 Hey.
Gentlemen,
Dime a ver.
the Thunderdome
Dime.
has arrived.
Dime.
How do we feel about the Thunderdome?
I
That shit
feel
is
like
mad
the NBA did this
distracting.
shit over a month ago.
That shit is distracting.
How so?
I can't wait till I finally get to use my invite that they sent me 3 days ago.
Do you guys remember?
So-
Yo, wait, hold the fuck up. How is it that we get an invite 3 days ago for last week's Thunderdome?
Did you get the?
And it's dated.
Did you
Now,
get?
how
the
does that
email?
happen?
Did
How
you
does
get
that
the
happen?
email That it was an error?
No.
No.
They made that shit was like it was good.
No, I got it.
Oh,
Or maybe I haven't checked my email
Wow.
today, but
They
listen,
they gave
that
themselves.
still is ridiculous.
So
They sent me five
kept
emails.
the black guys out.
Nah, but they sent me five emails before the event, and then the one with the link they don't send, and I get it 3 days ago.
Is it
How
one
does that
for
shit
you
work?
and 4 for Little Savage?
Ooh,
That's what you got.
you know,
Everybody got confused. You got so
One
many
No,
for,
savages.
one for each, one for each inch.
hey, 4 off the floor.
There's a lot of it takes up a lot of screens to invite that one savage. I'm telling you.
Hey.
Wow.
See, that's why they didn't want to put me into the Thunderdome. But yeah, you get this
Well,
naked
apparently-
white couple that got off, came out on screen like, yo, people are violated. They were very
guys,
specific
Yo,
in saying not to do nothing
Chris
crazy.
Benoit made
Benoit made
appearance.
it. Exactly.
You sure that wasn't Jay the Jobber?
Oh shit!
I'm not sure.
Maybe
it
we
was
found him.
Was it?
Well, they issued a statement on that KKK imagery. That's for sure. And they weren't having it, but they still didn't mention nothing about the Velveteen Dream though,
Oh, Fire Velveteen Dream.
which showed up on I believe it was
t-shirt,
SummerSlam,
it
the
did.
biggest stage of the summer.
In the main
Ouch.
frame.
Damn, I think they want to fire Velveteen Dream. I don't know.
They also put up the picture of Chris Benoit. They also put a picture of the guy that broke into Sonya Deville's house,
Oh yeah,
which is wild
Yo, they put
disrespectful.
Pikachu.
That shit-
that's
They put
crazy. That's not
Mario.
even funny, bro. Like, why would you do that? You know what I mean?
Yo,
I thought it would
no
be all
nice things.
tits and
It's
dicks.
why
Like,
no nice things. Not one. We can't have no
I'm
nice
surprised
things.
Owen
Oh.
didn't make it.
And it's not just in wrestling. It's in everything. Everywhere. Think about it.
Has the NBA
No
had the same
fucking
issues?
nice thing.
Has the NBA had the same issues?
Nope.
Exactly. Because us wrestling
They-
fans are a bunch of degenerates.
Que no se lavan
Don't
el
have
All right.
no nice things
And
either.
we're a bunch of. I just thought about it. We grew up in the Generation X, right?
Right.
Fucking, it is what it is, yo. They should have known better. That's probably the reason why they didn't want to do it in the first place. But now, you know, with not knowing when we're going to be able to get in an arena, they have to find a way to make it more interactive. And you know what? I think for the wrestlers, it definitely made it more interactive. It definitely made it interactive.
Yeah,
Because you know what? SummerSlam this weekend was not half bad, man. I still think
Not
TakeOver
half
was
bad?
better, but SummerSlam was
It's half as
pretty
bad.
good.
It was
pretty
probably
good.
the second best pay-per-view of the year, behind Royal
Wow.
Rumble.
That's saying a lot.
Saying a lot. I don't know.
A lot of people are back and forth on it.
There's a couple of matches
I
that flopped.
definitely love the concept.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, for sure. But I don't know, they did a dope job, and I think it was the people, the wrestlers feeding off the crowd, man. You know what I mean? Just seeing like there's actual stimulus. People are looking at you. You know, you put on a show. When you're under pressure, you perform at your best, right? Isn't that something that a good friend of mine made Mr. said, right? So
pressure. Bust pipes,
That's what
but
it
it
is.
makes diamonds. And
That's
I'll tell
right.
you what, I thought it was pretty interesting because the
Tell
first
him,
night
Dusty.
we saw all this shit about like people falling asleep and like the crowd is dead and blah blah. It's like, oh my god, you people bitch about everything, right? And then they do this at SummerSlam, and now they give people directions, right? There's like, all right, now clap for your world champion, like, and there's like a little bit like, oh, boo this guy. Where do we draw the line here? Like, should we continue?
well, are they directing them, or are they just telling them, listen, it's smarter to put your thumbs up so that it looks better as a visual?
The fuck is the difference?
For the fans watching at home, they don't hear like the crowd too much. I don't hear that much of the crowd.
They pipe it in.
Very
It's
that's
piped
2K.
in.
right.
That's 2K.
So for me going like that, for me seeing somebody go like this, I'm seeing, okay, a bunch of people going like this, the crowd's popping for him. You feel me? It's easier to distinguish.
This is also pretty whack to do while you're watching wrestling.
Yes. Yes, it is.
I mean, McIntyre
Yes, it
asked
is.
for it, right? Everybody, give me a
Yeah.
thumbs up.
Yeah,
Even Harambe was.
But I think that was
you know what that move
I
was.
think that was a shot at the rumors.
Yeah.
Because that's what the phrasing that they said, to put your thumbs up for whatever.
No, I think it's people probably
That's how
thought that it was pre-recorded. You know what I mean? Like the fan shit was pre-recorded. It wasn't actually live, but it was. But listen, it is what it is. It was cool. People putting the thumbs up. I mean, think about it. If you have to fill a seat at an event, you're doing what they ask you, right? So same thing. You're gonna be in the Thunderdome. They're gonna ask you to do some shit.
Gotta be wild, baby.
You got now. My question is,
You definitely
Pretty Chubbs, you're the only one that can answer this because you're the only one that was able to get in there to the preview, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you see it from the vantage point of the screen that's in the arena, or you just see it like it's on TV?
No, you see it like on TV.
Oh, that's corny as hell.
Yeah.
I thought
No,
I thought it was like I'm gonna be like in the seat.
No,
You know what I mean?
You're just.
But that would suck if you're like the bleachers, right? Like
Right,
Bro, you get what you pay for, bro.
you sit at home, you can't see shit. Like
Yeah, for real.
You get what you pay for.
like,
bro.
I'm here via satellite. I still got the fucked up seats.
You're like
Fuck.
behind the Titantron and shit.
You did mention.
get up,
You at least get like a section
How the
of
fuck-
section. You know what I mean? Or like
You see
one
like
side
the-
of the ring.
You see
You know
like
what I mean?
the
You get
top
a
of
one side of the
Vince's head.
ring.
The
You
dark
see
side.
like the top of Vince's head by the
The
gorilla.
dark side of the
So
ring.
what about that?
Oh.
So you did mention the pressure the wrestlers would have under these fans watching them now, and I can imagine the pressure having the stalker of Sonya Deville fucking staring you down as you're trying to freaking have your match. Apparently she has additional threats, guys, from unknown people this time, and including phrases going as far as "my knife is sharper than Phillips," and I'll finish the job that Phillips started. Yo, what the fuck, man? like what the fuck is wrong with people?
That's really trashy.
This is why we can't have
What
nice
the
things at all.
no nice.
You know what I want to know?
Like,
Yeah, what compelled them to this? Like, what did Sonya ever do to anybody?
Mental illness, man. That's I guess.
And then what do you get out of that? Like, what do you think what's
Listen,
gonna happen? Like, how do you think that's
Can-
gonna end up for you?
All right, but can something like that be like homophobia?
like
Is-
you
is-
can't run from anywhere.
But we
Like,
don't know that- we
they're
don't know the
putting
motive
tracking
yet, right?
devices in your bras.
we don't know the motive
Like-
yet, though, right? Because that's
You
I feel
can't
like
run.
I feel like that's the easy, assumption. But I don't even think it's that. I'm telling you, it's obsession.
Yeah.
Yo,
He probably was obsessed with her, and at some point, he thought he had an interaction with her, or she was like vibing or something, and he met her in person at an event. She spoke like she didn't even know who the fuck it was. You know what I mean? Watch the movie The Fan. I'm telling you, this shit happens. People get
And then
stalked.
watch the wrestler.
Yeah.
Just watch it.
It's a great movie. It's a great movie.
Then follow it. Ready to Rumble.
I like Dumb and Dumber a
That
lot.
shit is gross,
Um,
yo. That shit is disgusting.
The ketchup scene?
No,
It's not that
fucking
bad.
like people stalking people out and like going to their crib, dog. Like, yo, what is wrong with
That's a
you?
That's
lot.
crazy. That's
You
crazy.
need friends, yo.
But
If ever you're like sitting there and you're like, yo, I'm gonna send them a letter and I promise I'm gonna tell them I'm gonna kill them. If you ever think that, like, yo, just look to your left and be like, yo, friend, what do you think about this idea? Right? And if A, there's no one for you to say that to, or B, your friend thinks it's a bad fucking idea. It's not a good idea. Don't
See,
do that.
no, that's a mistake, Mission, because you're gonna have people talking to people that are not there, yo.
Yeah.
They're gonna start having imaginary friends and shit.
Yo, maybe it makes more
Schizophrenia
sense
is a
when
real
you
thing.
Shit.
When you say it out loud, sometimes it makes more sense, yo. Let them
This
let
is
them
true.
do that shit.
This is true.
this is us. This is us trying to make sane of all this whole situation in the middle in the world where you can get shot for fucking anything these days, right?
The one thing we
Stephanie
know, the one thing we know about this quarantine is that it can be a pressure cooker, folks,
Oh,
Right?
and they're fucking boiling.
and they're ready to
Yes.
blow.
Speaking of
That got
blow,
dirty real quick. How did that happen?
WWE writing blows, blows a ton. Can we all agree on that? I think that's just putting it lightly.
Below the time?
Are you mad at them about?
Blows-
Talk to me. What are you mad at them about? What they do to you?
Storylines that suck, and writing that isn't entertaining, but terrible booking.
Something new.
Also,
Yo, you remember what?
something
You
new.
remember when Dominic brought his
How
parents to the show?
Yo, that was the meme of the fucking century.
Yo,
How many getting dropped off of college and shit? Yo,
How?
when I
How do
saw
you,
that,
How do you?
I saw that. I had literally just seen a friend or a previous coworker I had back in the day. She had pictures that weekend, that Saturday, of her dropping off her daughter at Penn State. And then seeing that fucking Dominic shit had me dying, bro. Because it's the same picture, bro.
Yo,
It looks the same way.
Also, is Mustafa
His
Ali really
shirt
mad
was-
that he jacked his gear?
I mean, it didn't light up. And it had a hoodie.
I think Glacier was more upset.
How about Seth Rollins gear?
That shit was dope.
That shit
Yo,
was hard.
Continuing last week's convo.
That was one of the.
Mr. SummerSlam.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That is one
yeah.
of my
He did it again.
favorite
Did it again.
aspects of the weekend, the throwbacks
Your favorite what?
to legends like Bam Bam, right? You saw
Yeah.
that at TakeOver. That shit was awesome. He had a little Razor, little Shawn Michaels with Damian Priest. What did Johnny have on? He had some interesting shit on too. I forgot what it was though.
Un calzoncillo.
Because he lost.
But yeah, exactly. But nah, it was dope, man. It was awesome. I definitely could dig that shit. You do that shit 7
We
times
saw a
on
lot.
Wednesday, bro. Do that shit 7 times on
Yeah.
Wednesday, bro. I like it.
Definitely. We know what something we didn't see though, or someone rather. Shawn Spears. We actually haven't seen him in a while.
Why?
It's okay.
Why?
Apparently it has been used at all, but he's kind of complaining here. I wouldn't take it as a complaint, but he's making note of it. Let's just say. I even put myself up against anybody on the roster in terms of being able to adapt to any situation on any given night, in any given moment. And that just comes with nearly 20 years of experience and paying attention to the guys that I've tried to emulate throughout my career. I also feel I've earned the trust because I've been doing things right. And I believe in professionalism, and I believe in putting on the best show possible, and regardless of the scenario or audience. I've said this before, and I've gone on the record.
That whole statement?
It's well documented that Shawn Spears has not been on TV as of late, and I may have gone a little bit overboard and accused one Cody Rhodes of being a chicken shit heel and running from him. But no, maybe there's something else here, yo. What's up with this? Does he got something here, or maybe
They're all jealous.
maybe he's just
Let's just make
Huh?
one thing clear, guys.
They're
And
jealous.
this has
He's
to be
begging.
said. This has to be said. Sometimes we have to acknowledge that your best is not our best. Right? So you may feel you're doing the best you can. You may feel you're doing everything, you're performing, you're entertaining the crowd. But the powers that be do not feel that's the case. It's the same gripe we have
Ouch.
with anything, right? This is life.
The Brooklyn Brawler's been working for 40 years for the largest company in the world. Doesn't necessarily mean he's your best performer ever, you know?
Exactly.
Also,
Exactly.
keep in mind.
What else are you bringing to the table? Right?
Keep in mind, one Tully Blanchard was your manager, right? Shawn Spears, and now he's moving on to greener pastures, right? To better.
so.
Crazy.
What's that about? What's that about?
That's crazy.
Why is Tully now with FTR? Are they going to be the new Four Horsemen with Shawn Spears? Because
That's cute that
he's
you keep
talking about
saying with
freedom.
Shawn Spears.
right now he keeps mentioning that you get creative freedom here. It's not like WWE, but don't forget, maybe Cody's head still hurts from a chair shot he got last year, I think it was, and maybe he's just not sitting too well with that. Maybe this is a pow.
You think this is a
So-
repeat?
You think he's been buried since then?
Not buried,
You know,
buried,
like a
oh,
slow, like.
but put to the side. right? How do you have Tully Blanchard and they're not doing nothing with you?
That's what I'm saying. Like everybody,
That's weird to me.
everybody's gotten love. Like everybody's gotten a manager.
And he got the sharpshooter.
Right.
He put his hands on Brandy.
He's doing too much to not be put on television, and he has
And
a
the
mouthpiece
black
in
glove.
Tully. So I don't know why he hasn't at least shown up next to FTR or something like that. Maybe they're gonna do a big stable, but Sean Spears should have been on TV. That's how I
Maybe
feel.
it's to make us forget, so when he does pop up, it's like, oh shit.
But he's not away enough for that to even be the case either, right?
Sure.
Like he's kind of
Is
like
he on Dark? I don't watch enough Dark to know if he's on there like that.
He's on sometimes.
He was on Dark this week.
Okay.
So
I guess his gripe is with television.
He's a very good performer. I'm entertained by him. I like to see him wrestle. But has he done anything magnificent since being on AEW? Right? And it's the business of what have you done for me lately, right?
Yeah, he smacked the shit out of Cody with a steel chair.
I thought.
And then he joined Tully, and that was.
But you know what? What you guys are not considering is what if this man is taking some time to help his partner, his love's career in bodybuilding and fitness. As you saw, she was performing, Peyton Royce. That's why she's been so thin. I was like, yo, what happened, bro? She's a hamburger. But that's what it was. I didn't realize she was, cutting weight. I didn't know. Now I do.
Que tú no sabes nada, bro.
But can we get the red hair back? All right.
Listen, man. I don't know. I agree wholeheartedly. JP put it in perfect perspective. Like, what have you done for me lately? Ever since you used that chair, like the chairman, I thought that shit was gonna pop.
Yeah,
I thought that was.
You haven't seen him. You really haven't seen him since the tournament for the TNT Classic title. And that's it. You haven't seen him.
What title is that?
There was a promo here and there.
TNT Classic World Invitational.
Mississippi West.
Rio de Janeiro.
Is that by Potankin Honda?
Potankin Honda.
Is that between?
Shut the fuck up.
When we have a promotion, our main title is the HPC Championship, right? And then we got the Potamkin Honda.
I feel like that has to go with the invitation. That's like our King of the Ring.
It's got to be like a long, ridiculous title.
Yeah. The Potankin Honda Rio de Janeiro.
So it's like our hardcore title.
It's like
24/7.
Mucho amor with the Potankin Honda.
Ay, Dios mío.
I got it. The Potankin Honda que se murió.
Oh, man.
Se murió.
Gentlemen, se murió alguien next week because the first headline of what's bumping this week is a fatal four-way Iron Man match for the NXT Heavyweight Championship. Gentlemen, I am souped as F for this match. I don't even know. So many activities. So many stipulations. What the fuck? Where's the spinning Hell in a Cell on fire?
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna have a King of the Mountain match to qualify to get into the Fatal Four-Way.
What are the rules, old school?
Well, what happens is first you pin a guy, and when you pin a guy, then he has to go into the cage. And then while he's in the cage, you got like 50 seconds to try to climb the ladder. But that's only if someone else doesn't get pinned in the process.
Okay. Eko pata.
I just thought it would have been better if they did like a four-way elimination.
Yeah, not this. What the fuck you said?
So we're not liking this. We're not liking the vibe right now.
I loved it. This shit made me get out my seat. I was like, wait a fucking minute. What do we have here? Listen, you have 4 of arguably the greatest, the cream of the crop, going now for the vacated title. Let's not forget how this title became available. Because Karrion Kross is hurt.
Well, let's start there. Right.
No, let me make my fucking right.
You talk too damn much.
Alright, now I lost my train of thought.
So Keith Lee had to go to Raw, and then Karrion Kross he couldn't cut it. So
unfortunately, yes,
he got
injured. The devastation is crazy.
Guys,
holy shit!
Let's just be real. Listen, it's not about cutting it. The problem is that he did cut it. You know what I mean? That post celebration, he pulled something, yo. You know what? And I think it's red. It's Charlotte.
You're traveling down a dark path. Turn around. Turn around.
So he did. But listen,
just the look on his face when they're checking him in the back.
You have a fatal four-way with these four gentlemen, and on top of that, you're making it an Iron Man match. Like, understand that they all could win multiple times throughout this match.
So it's like the Elimination Scramble match. Remember that?
No. But Pretty Chubby Flacco. How about remember this one thing?
Fuck me then. I don't.
Hold on, where's the button to get rid of you? Hold on, wait. How do we get? How do we get?
This is why we got this place to make me win.
It'll take us another hour to set back up.
Man.
You're lucky, but no. I don't recall that, but I do recall a game mode in SmackDown versus Raw on the PS3, or was it PS2? Pretty Chubby Flacco. PS2. You know what I'm talking about? Where you get 10 guys, and in a certain time limit, you can lose pinfall, submission, or knockout, and the title changes hands.
So what
much like WrestleMania.
Yeah.
What?
WWE SmackDown versus Raw. Match, 10 guys, pinfall, submission.
Yo, we got it, bitch.
I'm pretty sure that was a scramble match, but
I don't know. I don't think you caught it, but it's kind of like the same way. The title can change hands as much times as possible, as long as the time runs out. We don't know how many fucking it could be 5 to 4 to 3 to maybe it'll be 1 to 1 to 1 to 1.
It would always start in the ring, and we would end it in the backstage, right?
So
still talking about your search history.
Yeah.
Well, my search history.
Shout out to Asian.
Prohibido.
So
but
watch Unforgiven in 2008. That's where that match happened.
2008.
Yo, old school. What match were you fucking talking about? Because whatever Vic is talking about is crazy.
It's what Vic is actually talking about, but it's called the Scramble match. Like you had 6 participants. And they went at it during the time limit, and whoever was the champion at the end of it was the champ.
So a more expedient version of the 24/7 championship, right?
Basically.
Right.
The consolidated 24/7 title.
Not 24/7.
Yeah,
30 minutes.
An hour.
30 minutes.
30-minute champ.
Well, this one's going to be an hour, right?
An hour is an Iron Man match.
An hour, yeah.
Like the women's matches are half an hour.
Wow.
That's what it is, right?
All right, so we got Ciampa.
What women's match have you ever seen as an hour?
Gargano.
Even 2 of the best ever do it did it for half hour, right? And I'm talking about Charlotte and Sasha Banks.
What about the WrestleMania main event?
I just didn't like the finish on that one, but yeah.
What was the women's? That was an Iron Man, right?
No, but in terms of going, was it an hour? I felt like it was.
Yeah.
WrestleMania felt like 4 days.
Yeah.
The promos, the segments were an hour. Each segment, microphone thing went an hour.
The fucking
predictions, guys.
No Nice Things tailgate was like 6 minutes. And then the rest of WrestleMania was like...
It was the best 6 minutes of my life.
It was way better than WrestleMania.
Crazy. It's crazy. I'm not even just saying that because it was ours, but it was ours and it was amazing.
For me, it was all the red light. Once that red light came out, it was all over from there.
Shout out to all the moms that were out there.
Shout out
to the blue drink.
Shout out to
all of them that were out there under the rain after.
Shout out to all of them that weren't moms when they got in, but they were moms when they got
Big shout out.
Big pop.
So who's winning this fatal 4-way, gentlemen?
You know who's winning.
Nah.
You know who's winning.
I know who's winning. I want to know who y'all think is winning.
You know who's winning. We were winning. Because you're putting these 4 men in a match. That's going to take an hour.
Hey.
Thank you.
All right,
Thank you
don't cop out,
for.
Vince. You got to pick somebody.
I mean, I absolutely gonna pick somebody, but I'm telling you that the real winners are the fans. You know, because not every day you see this type of match, this type of stipulation, and this type of outcome. Because who's gonna win it? You know, it's got to be Adam Cole.
Oh,
Adam
my
Cole,
God.
baby.
Right now,
You think so?
right now, you have a situation where your main event star goes up to the main roster. The person that's taking over to be champion now is out indefinitely. Put it back on the straps of somebody that's carried you in the past year. Talking about Superstar of the Year, right? Top rated match of the year. Like, this is no squash. This is a man that you know will do beautiful things with the title. Sure, we'd rather see something new. Who would you rather see with the title right now?
Finn.
I think
Okay.
Finn Balor needs to
Balor.
win this match.
That's-
I think
that's
out
to
of
get
all
it?
these guys, we've
But-
seen everybody carry. We've seen everybody's run. Finn Balor hasn't had that strap in a while, and for him to come back and is getting no love yet, I need to see him win this match.
And here's
yo.
a guy who's a veteran, so he can lead other guys in it, right? Like as good as Adam Cole is, Adam Cole can't take like a jabroni coming out the PC and have a 5-star match with him.
Also, you didn't see him versus Pat McAfee?
Pat put in the
Oh,
work.
that's a
though.
jabroni.
I'm just saying, that was his first match.
Yo, we got to talk about that because we said last week that McAfee was going to have a better match than Dominic.
Ooh!
Not wrong.
I don't know. That match was dope.
They both
Yeah.
had high
Dominic match?
performances last week.
That Dominic match was dope.
They
That,
both
there was a
Yo,
story
but
being told.
Dominic on Monday was not that great.
No, not
Monday.
But the
I'm talking
SummerSlam match was
about
pretty good.
SummerSlam match was pretty good. I didn't expect a lot of things he did.
But for,
McAfee the Crisper.
for a guy who's going to make this his main job, it's not a good look that the second match in, I got even more nervous than the first match.
I mean, it was a tag team match, his
right?
first tag team match with his
I think maybe
father.
that hurts him.
You know what I mean? Like,
He got
You know,
he got
who
like
knows?
you can tell. Well,
but he's like
for
20,
one thing,
bro. What if he saw all the
mean?
memes? What if he saw all the memes? He's like 20, bro. He got fucking intimidated. He's like, oh, fuck, they're clowning me now. Got in his head. You never know.
Another thing too, man. This is a big step. Like the last time I saw a second generation star get put into a main like this was Eric Watts, and he is garbage.
Ooh.
We
Who
don't
the
want
fuck
him
is
to
that
be.
guy?
Dominic wasn't garbage. He was pretty good. Like
No,
No, but what hurts here, what hurts Dominic here is that the fact that he had 2 matches, and then the second night he kind of fucked up.
Yeah.
And what helps Pat McAfee much more is that nobody really expected much from this motherfucker, and then he's doing swanton bombs on top of 8 motherfuckers.
But wait.
So-
We should also say they both fought 2 very different matches. You have
Oh, yeah.
Dominic in a match where Seth is gonna dismantle him, and that's what you saw for most of the match. Compared to a match where Pat McAfee and Adam Cole went at it, and there was the equal balance. You know what I mean? So it's 2 different stories being told. What I saw in Dominic was that he was fatigued. He started slowing down.
He was blown up.
blew
He was
out.
blown up.
He was blown up. That's what I witnessed. Because the way I saw him moving towards the end of the match, he was done. And it makes sense, bro. Your first match in this fucking SummerSlam? Bro, I remember being a previous athlete. When you get to the biggest stage of your career, that shit, your emotions, your passions all over the fucking place. So I get it. Let's cut off the slack, yo. He did a lot better than we were predicting. I think both gentlemen did great. I think McAfee's match was more compelling, right? But I think it's about the story being told. I think the way they opened it up, unfortunately, I mean, it gave us what we thought, but then it made you question his legitimacy, right?
Right?
He was
Yo,
ragdogging him too much.
No,
You know
all
what I
right.
mean?
So there's that. There's also like Pat McAfee should never be that close to being good to Adam Cole.
To Adam Cole, yes.
Adam Cole,
that
right?
was-
Listen. You guys talk a lot about Adam Cole. I'm not a major fan of Adam Cole. You guys talk a lot. this guy coming off the street should not be. First of all, let's also talk about this. Who had more flips in their match, Dominic or Pat
McAfee.
McAfee for sure, man.
Who's a luchador with a future in this business? I just thought that was interesting. But anyway,
Well, they never say he was
Yeah.
a luchador, though, right? That's never been the claim. So
Yeah, you can't dress like Glacier and then want to be a luchador right away. Like it takes some transitioning.
he's got to get in the
So,
box.
Glacier
But yeah,
was people's favorite wrestler at one point. I'm
Yo,
just
you
saying.
remember
I
Blood
guess.
Runs
Let's go
Cold?
with Inferno.
Blood runs cold.
You remember that feud with Mortis?
That.
Me either.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mortis.
Yes. Shout out
Shout out
to
to
Mortis.
Who
making
better
this
than
Shout out to
shit.
the
But
Dick-
yes, the Fatal 4-Way, right?
Oh, that thing.
Right. Who were predicting
Fatal 4-Way.
we're gonna win the Fatal match, right? So I got Finn Balor. I don't know who y'all got.
Finn Balor, okay.
I think Finn Balor needs it.
Yeah.
And if we look at the rest of the lineup, like Cole has been champion already, like for so long. We kind of need like something fresh. Same with Ciampa, same with Gargano. Like Ciampa and Gargano have just been title picture. Like I'm tired of them three already. Give me something different, and Finn is something different.
If you, Pretty Chubs, go ahead, yo.
As much as I want to say that Adam Cole's
give you
going to win
permission.
this match, I don't think he is because Pat McAfee's going to come in and interfere. And he's going to screw Adam Cole. And I honestly, I'm going to go with the dark horse. And it's going to be Ciampa. Tommaso Ciampa's walking out of here with the title.
Tommaso Ciampa.
Tommaso Ciampa.
Ooh.
I feel like
He's back,
Ciampa
I guess.
and Gargano have done everything they're gonna do in NXT and possibly in the WWE umbrella. Like I think they've hit their ceiling there.
They need to be doing something different, and they got to come up with a project for these guys: Ciampa, Gargano, Cole. I don't know if it's bring them up, but
Listen,
I mean, look already what happened to Keith Lee. Shout out
exactly,
to
yo. Like, how the hell?
Well,
And
well,
they cut his name
that's
short
hurt.
now too. They cut his name to just Keith.
what?
Yeah, they call him
No,
And like that was a rumor
They
going around.
go with one
They cut it
I missed
E and
that
Lee.
one.
They cut it
I
E
hope
and
not.
E.
Jesus.
And Lee.
But
they call him Le.
listen,
Let-
Le.
Call him L.
listen. You can sell me on who's gonna be the winner based on who you setting them up against. If it's gonna be Finn, who are you throwing? Who's being thrown at Finn then to chase
Everybody.
that up?
But that's the thing. Like, you can throw anyone at him, right? Like,
No,
it's a
but-
new thing.
But
you
Either
can go
way.
after.
But
No, who?
technically,
You can go at Dijakovic and him can go at it.
How isn't he
can
part of
have a part-
Retribution? Spoiler alert.
Is he?
yo, we have 4 heels going at it.
Definitely got to get
4
there, though.
heels
Mm-hmm.
going at it.
That's what I'm saying. This is why I'm happy. This is gonna be fun. I'm like, I had to post this yesterday. I'm like, how is it possible out of something so devastating like Karrion Kross after winning the belt, being hurt, having to fucking leave the strap, we get something so masterful like this. 4 heels in a fatal 4-way Iron Man match. And these are
Yeah, and then
4
they said
great-
Iron Man match. Yeah.
these are 4 great wrestlers, bro. Like, yeah, I'm excited, bro. I don't know about y'all.
Yo,
And if y'all ain't excited about this
what were
shit,
your
y'all
favorite
sleeping on me.
Iron Man matches?
I mean, you have the classics, right? Do I pull a Cameron or do you want me to keep it real?
Go for it.
I don't know, bitch.
Yeah,
just say something.
Charlotte and you have Bailey and Sasha. That was a classic, which is a great one,
Iron Woman match.
right? But no,
Woman match.
realistically, Brett and Shawn, of course. Come on now, that entire storyline,
That
the
was-
promo.
I think that was the best technical match, yo.
Yeah, man. The entrance.
I think that was the bench. It's still the benchmark, right? That's like the Shawn
Yeah.
and Razor to the ladder match. It's the Brett and Shawn to the.
I'll give you my favorite. My favorite is The Rock versus Triple H with Shawn Michaels as
with
the
the
referee, and then Undertaker comes back as the American
What was that,
badass.
Judgment Day something? I don't know which
that
year.
was Judgment Day.
Was it 2000?
I forgot.
Oh, who did Angle have an Iron Man match with?
Angle
Benoit?
had a few. He had one with Chris Benoit.
Yeah,
He
with
had one
Benoit.
Kurt
Benoit.
Angle.
Was that a submissions?
It was one on SmackDown. I remember.
Or they just throw
It was
submissions at each other?
with one of them. I forgot who, but that was money too. Maybe Brock. I
To
could be wrong.
take it out of the E, I really enjoyed an Iron Man between AJ and Christopher Daniels.
Oh.
Do you guys remember the worst Iron Man match?
Nah, I try to suppress those.
Can't.
Seth Rollins and Dolph Ziggler when the crowd was getting into it. Remember
Oh,
that?
that was like the
I do
first
not remember
takeover,
that.
right? Of the crowd.
No, that was Extreme Rules 2018. Ziggler and
Extreme
and
Rules?
Seth Rollins. When remember that the cameras caught, I think it was Ziggler talking to Seth, where Ziggler had Seth in a headlock or some shit like that.
I do not remember.
Yeah,
But the fact that I don't remember,
That's a good
I vaguely
video.
remember.
probably.
That probably
That shit was bad.
Listen, let's think about what an Iron Man or Iron Woman match is about. It's about putting two top premier talent with technical abilities in the ring to show their cardiovascular skills, right? To show their stamina, their
Cataracts.
endurance, right? To show who could come out on top after this battle. You had two women just complete this type of match this week with Deonna Purrazzo and Jordan.
Shout outs to them, yo.
Oh, and they did work. And they were
Rock and Kurt
puppet.
Angle had a dope one. I don't know if y'all mentioned that shit before.
That was on
Rock
that
and
was on
Kurt, I think,
SmackDown.
had
it was
That
like
on SmackDown in
SmackDown.
03.
Yeah, it was like a regular SmackDown, but it was
Yo,
dope.
correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't Eddie have a dope Iron Man match
Wrong.
with somebody?
I gotta start looking these things
Remember.
up, but
I think you're thinking about that match with JBL. I don't know if that was an Iron Man though, right?
No.
Nah,
like
that was the
First Blood.
fucking first blood match.
That
dude.
was it was a bull rope, Texas bull rope match. Wasn't it?
Yeah.
John-
It was some bullshit like that.
John Cena and Randy Orton at Bragging Rights 2009 had a good Iron Man match.
okay.
I know.
Brock
I wasn't
and
crazy.
Kurt Angle had one on SmackDown. It was Brock and Kurt that had it on SmackDown.
You got lag over there? Where you from?
Yeah,
I'm saying that shit was 70.
yeah, much lag. You know what it would have sucked
What?
is if we were watched the Woulda Coulda's episode that Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart Iron match was playing, and then out of nowhere, it's overtime. Here comes the kick. Shawn Michaels, and the lights go off. Retribution is here. They're fucking shit up. Oh my god, that would have really sucked.
But slow burn, bro.
Kind of how it sucks now when it happens on Raw on a normal basis in SmackDown, and thank God it doesn't happen on NXT yet,
I have two questions.
right?
One, why did Keith Lee shave off his chin strap? Two, why is Mia Yim so loud? You can tell it's her.
It's because he
Are you
shaved
sure
his
it
chin
was
strap.
her?
It's because he shaved
I mean,
it. that
if
she's
it wasn't
louder.
her, then did her sister start wrestling? Because, yo, the movements, the mannerisms, like, you know, who do you guys think are the Retribution?
Yeah, her sister
and
Leah
my-
Yim.
Well, you said
Leah Yim.
Dijakovic, right?
That's the.
Dominic Dijakovic?
Was part of it. You called that name earlier
They
today.
said Dio Madden, right?
Theo Madden.
Who else?
No.
Not Stacy.
That chick,
the Filipino chick.
that chick,
Yeah,
Jessie.
Like, I remember Caden
Hayden, yes.
something.
Yes.
Eden
So
Carter.
that means
It
also
screams
Katie,
green, right?
and that means Casey
It screams
as well, maybe,
green
right? Because they're like
talent.
roommates.
Yeah, so that's right. Oh yeah,
Oh, okay.
Chelsea Green. You're
Chelsea
right.
Green. We got a
JJ,
boy,
what's up?
JJ.
Chelsea Green. It screams to me like they're from NXT. I like to believe Pretty Chubby's theory on it for the upcoming pay. Me real quick.
So have you guys realized that when Retribution comes out and fuck shits up, it's only on Raw and SmackDown. We never hear or see from them on NXT. So it's only logical that maybe they're trying to set this up for Survivor Series.
Okay.
So NXT is
I like that.
first.
You know,
Okay.
I can see.
Battle of factions, I guess. Again,
But who's leading the charge?
That's the thing, though, right? Because the group of people that we just discussed and mentioned, right? Great talent, all in their individual, situations. But I don't see any of them as a leader. I don't see any of them getting the mic and spitting the cause. So somebody has to be the leader of this. And honestly, from what I saw this weekend, the leader that I think is the person. I think the WWE they finally did something that they didn't do with John Cena, and I think Roman Reigns is the leader of Retribution. He's coming to reclaim his yard.
Go ahead, no, old school. Go ahead, yo. But before we get there, there's a lot to talk about. Before we even talk about Roman Reigns, go ahead, old school.
I think there's bad news for JP in the thought that it's Roman Reigns, because a certain Wade Barrett did show up on NXT recently.
And he is now on the current roster on WWE.com.
And he does have a habit of destroying in the E.
Yo, right.
Bray Wyatt did.
Thing with Daniel motherfuckers?
Bray Wyatt tweeted something, actually. He was like, oh, you're here for the Nexus reunion or something like that?
Ooh.
Nexus 2.0?
So...
And what happens when you get fired and you come back? You have your retribution.
Or you do commentary.
Oh!
At Payback?
And we thought this was Vince on the fly. Apparently it is.
Apparently it is. And that's the thing, that all of this is all cute and fun, except that none of this is planned. So I don't believe any of this to be real. As far as I'm concerned, I do believe the dirt sheets. I think that Vince McMahon just made this shit up. He's like, we'll figure it out.
Good shit. Why? Because it's good shit.
This is a man that daily hires. He wastes money on complete creative writing teams. They put together shows. They spend hours and hours writing word upon word, sentence upon sentence, script upon script to fucking lay out plans for long
and don't say shit
storytelling. And Vince McMahon tears it up and writes a whole new Raw at 6 o'clock. That's who that is. I believe that. I believe Retribution was just some shit that he said, yo, let's just put people, because he's changed the roster up every time. We were talking about Dio Madden and Dijakovic and Mia Yim. They were just the latest.
There's always a loud one, though. There's always a loud one.
But
it's
never the same. It's never the same group of people.
They haven't decided on who's going to be in Retribution.
Because this shit got no rules.
Right.
They're going to do it on the fly.
Right.
Maybe it's just the PC Center. Maybe it's just all of them.
Yeah, if the PC Center wants to Retribution.
Like one day the lights go out and the entire crowd just fucking storms the ring.
What if it's roster talent
like
from
just
another?
Prior to COVID.
What if it's roster talent from another wrestling promotion that's making their waves around all these little different promotions around us?
Vince won't allow them to continue their tour after they stop here. That's it. The tour ends here.
If you ever seen
won't be able to go back.
If you ever seen the movie The Green Room, that's what would happen.
Shout out to our green screens. Missing.
See, a reference I don't get, you bitch.
That's watch. It's on Netflix. Just catch it.
Oh, hold on. Let me go horror movie. I'll be right back.
Let me go watch it right now.
Folks.
But there is indeed the theory that Mr. Savage himself said. What if it's Roman fucking Reigns? Ay, papa. Now we talking about some shit here because he's back, right? He's back. He's wearing a nice, clever little shirt that says, I'm going to come beat the shit out of everybody and then get the fuck out of here. Reminiscent of somebody who drinks beer.
The shirt doesn't say that.
Make it think a lot. Smart guy.
Have we ever discussed the fact that maybe the leader of Retribution could be a female? Maybe one Charlotte Flair?
Why? None of these people need this.
Maybe the leader of Retribution is an advocate for Retribution.
Nah, he's not creative. Yeah. He let AJ Styles go. You're not that creative. You got other agendas. I'm sorry.
He didn't let AJ Styles go. AJ Styles got him thrown out.
Ooh.
Well,
wasn't
Paul Heyman sure does still look like the renegade manager that he used to be. Not. He's managing the multi-million-dollar fucking Brock Lesnar. He's not fucking dealing with peasant money anymore and dealing with fucking Retribution, this rebel brand. Like no, that's not where that's going.
But do you remember that promo he did on Vince?
That what?
The promo he did on Vince when the invasion angle happened. That was a money promo.
That was 100 years ago.
It was like 14. Like it was.
I remember something, but not specific what he said.
It was 86 years ago, like the lady from Titanic.
Just about.
The possibility it could be any of these things. Why? Because at the end of the day, the main denominator is Vince McMahon. And if some shit that happened in the past he loved, he'll do that shit again.
What if it's Vince?
It was me all along.
I'm just saying.
If that's it, that's the saddest part. That's the worst fucking possibility.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Well, hopefully we'll find out soon enough. It could be the snitch too.
It's just been whacked.
Maybe it's the snitch that just has disappeared. So
what if it's the Vince doll from the Funhouse?
Arguing about retribution is like the dumbest shit we could spend our time on because Vince hasn't even thought about it yet. So
right.
It doesn't matter. Let's talk about Roman Reigns.
The big dog.
The big dog.
He was foaming at the mouth
like a rabbit dog
to scream.
That's
to
from
scream
the dental
that.
work. That's
Michael Cole was foaming at the mouth to scream that when he saw the spear. Like when he saw the moment running through the fucking crowd, he's like, "Big guy!"
Is that what Ricochet sounds?
Are you trying to say he looked at Roman like Sonya Deville's stalker? Like what?
Oh my God.
Is that what we're saying?
Yo,
no worse.
Nobody said
JP, hit control out delete. Hit control out delete.
Chairshot. Behind that statement.
Roman Reigns is back. And Roman Reigns is back, and he's after for the strap. He's after the heavyweight
he's
strap.
in there so quickly.
Universal strap.
You know what that tells me about the Universal strap? That it's garbage. That's what that tells me.
Oh, shit.
It belongs up there with the FTW championship.
Are we not here for this, gentlemen? We're not here for Roman Reigns to come and reclaim
I'm with it.
his throne.
I'm with it. I'm just saying the garbage. The title has been garbage because you give it to Braun to take it off and to give it to the Fiend to now throw Roman Reigns in there. Like, what are we doing? But it's the WWE, so you know.
And then
besides, it's Vince's birthday week, so you know he did whatever the fuck he wanted. Linda's about to come out with a fucking title somewhere.
He even did bust stuff. Yo, listen, Roman Reigns has been gone, right? Doing what he needs to do for himself and his family. Absolutely. Take all the time he needs. And I'm actually surprised he's back. Good to see him back. I'm glad he's in great health. He's got a great set of teeth there. Fucking. I'm glad you got the chompers. I didn't think there was anything wrong with your previous choppers, but now you can't lose those. So Roman Reigns comes out here with that mouth guard he calls a tooth. And is he a heel? Is he a face? What are we doing? Like, they put booze.
That's a great question.
He's a tweener.
But they piped in booze.
Y'all remember tweener?
So he likes it from the top and the back?
I don't think he has the leverage to be a tweener. I think he's just a heel right now. He's going heel. And he's the leader of Retribution. I'm telling you.
What makes him a heel? We're like Braun and Bray.
The things he was saying in the ring, the way he was talking was very aggressive. So some people may say that may lure him. Also, the shirt he was wearing, also the message it sent, because he came
what the
beat everybody up. Beat everybody
Wreck
up.
everyone and leave or some shit.
And then I'm gonna get the fuck out of here and then go. It said it just like that verbatim.
Get the fuck out of here. Let's go.
Yeah. The beard also. The new look.
He's a lot.
Fresh Roman Reigns. I don't know.
He does look pretty villainous with those chompers. Which Randy Orton called out on Instagram.
Do you think Roman Reigns is a face? If Roman Reigns comes back and he spears the Fiend and he's a face, does he come out? Does he exit the ring and proceed to attack Braun Strowman? If he's a face,
wouldn't Steve Austin have done that?
Does WWE know how to write a Steve Austin? Because
not
truth
anymore.
be told, I don't think anybody wrote Steve Austin.
I think
Right?
Steve
There was
Austin
a general
wrote Steve
direction
Austin.
and a
Well,
couple
they
of
still booked. They had to book him in the matches and in the story plots and shit like that. It wasn't all his creative, you know.
True. I guess.
He agreed to the heel turn.
But speaking about creative and Roman Reigns, like, are we cool that he's just gonna come back and be in the title picture? Isn't that the whole thing we hated in the beginning? I'll be honest, he's a breath of fresh air right now because we've been getting the same group of guys going, you know, circumstantially.
That kind of went hand in hand.
Absence makes the heart grow fonder, right? Like we're like, fuck, I'll take him.
Does it though?
I think when you look at his insertion in this title picture, I think you have to consider the number one problem. Why are we having 2 pay-per-views back to back?
That's that next stable.
That's another thing I don't like. There's like AEW. There's like regular wrestling shows, Nitro version of shows called pay-per-views, and we're moving them around throughout the week. One's on Thursday, one's on Saturday. Now I don't know which one is which. Is this week coming up? This Dynamite, is it a pay-per-view or is it gonna be a fucking a regular Dynamite?
What are you talking about, bro?
It was
You
today.
just lost me, bro.
The massive pay-per-views that you mentioned. You said there's so many pay-per-views in a week. So I'm like, yeah, there's mad.
That's not what I'm saying. Listen to what
he's right,
I'm saying. I'm saying last week, this past Sunday was SummerSlam. This Sunday is Payback.
Payback. There's a massive pay-per-views.
And then the
Exactly.
following
Yes. Yeah,
Saturday is All Out.
Right, All Out. That's exactly what I'm saying.
I'm just talking about WWE. Why are they putting 2
Why are they having
pay-per-views?
back-to-back?
And don't forget Heat Seekers on Fight TV by our boys over in Synergy.
Okay.
This Saturday, baby, we're gonna have a pre-show for you lined up.
Saturday.
We also have Payback's pre-show. So
Saturday.
don't worry. The bad guys are busy.
Get it.
Oh my God, I don't know what to call with this shit, man. Because the argument is always, yo, let new talent come up, let fresh talent come up. But who can you think match up with the Fiend and Braun Strowman now that Braun Strowman's at the Fiend's level?
All right. How about this? How about instead of Keith Lee fucking with Randy Orton, how about we switch Randy Orton and Roman Reigns and Keith Lee?
You do not like Keith Lee getting jobbed around on Raw and changing his theme?
Let's bring in Keith Lee to fucking spear Braun Strowman and Bray Wyatt
together at the same fucking time. Why not?
Wouldn't you pop? Like, wouldn't that be like a holy shit moment? And then after that, you question, yo, can Keith Lee really have the stamina?
Because you gotta pay your dues.
You don't want to Sheamus him, bro. You don't want to Sheamus him. You don't want to Roman Reigns him. Like, you gotta. I think it was perfect him going after Randy. Even that was a little too much. But it worked.
Baby stuff.
It worked. I just hated his shorts. I don't know what they did with that shit.
It looked very weird.
Weird, bro.
Like some gym shorts.
Come on. This is the problem. This is why I have no confidence with NXT product going up to the main, these Raw or SmackDown, because look what they do with it.
What if it's a massive heel turn and he's the leader of Retribution?
So
Keith Lee?
Yeah.
Oh, Keith Lee. I thought you meant Roman Reigns.
That's more unexpected, I would say. Would be a change of events, and Keith Lee can carry a faction. He does have great mic work.
Too nice.
He's strong enough.
It's too nice.
You know what I mean? He could be like the Suge Knight of Retribution. Hey, I like it.
Wow.
I don't know. I feel you. Vic, you just said.
Why Suge Knight?
He's gonna kill Biggie?
What more imposing manager and face of a product have you known than Suge Knight? The only other person I can think of is Kingpin.
I'll tell you what, he can definitely make a great manager.
Vic said something really interesting. Shut up, bitch. Look, Vic said something really interesting. Vic said he's too nice. I see that when I look at Keith. Keith Lee is too nice.
That's why he's crazy. Right? Like, we expect him to be this giant baby face. What if he just
Yeah.
I want to see that.
That's something you do if it's not working, though.
Ask me again.
If you send him to be a big baby face and it wouldn't work, then you pull the plug and you're like, all right, he's gonna go heel.
I disagree.
You don't have to go that
route.
You
want to make his mark? Bring him in as a heel. Eventually, he'll turn into a baby face. Yeah, it's fine.
No, but I'm saying if you put him in as a
they pick and choose, bro. Fucking.
If you put him in as a face first, right, and he's this successful, it wouldn't make sense to make him a heel unless like he wasn't this successful as a face.
No, you know
feel
what?
me?
Is they're finally catching up to the fact that they fucked up NXT product and they're saying, let's do something different. Because clearly they're not going to be able to carry him as a babyface then, if that's what we're talking about, right? Oh,
I already see him jobbing already, so
he didn't job. I don't think he jobbed against Randy. I think that there was
I think people get really sensitive when someone gets called up and they, you know, they're not necessarily whipping everyone's ass.
They don't win the title.
Like
you don't want to shame nobody, but look at where he's at. Yeah, you don't want to shame nobody. I'm telling you.
I just feel that everybody has the right to debut on the main roster by knocking out John Cena, stepping on his title, and raising the NXT title. That's just how I feel everybody deserves to.
That is a great way to debut.
Oh my god!
But look at what he's doing.
And now you can just have a talk show.
Exactly.
No, this one.
JP doesn't know his left from his right. Look at this dumb fuck.
You talking about that guy?
But he's a great
You're
leader.
pointing at yourself, dickhead.
Definitely a great leader.
He said, "Who? This guy? That's still you, bitch."
No contaba con mi antes.
So what do you call? What do you guys call? Face or heel? Final decision.
What?
On Roman Reigns.
Final
decision on Roman Reigns.
We're at key 3 right now, but you want to talk about Roman Reigns? I'll say he's a
final decision.
I don't see. I see KP nowhere on this script. I mean, it's not like this is scripted.
You scripted this shit?
This isn't basketball. This isn't the NBA.
So the question is, was Roman Reigns coming back one of the pops of the week?
Is that the question? I don't think that was the question.
Nah, I don't. Nah, that's for the HPC. We do have to cover the heels, pops, and chair shots.
So who was the heel of the week?
We might as well get there. We might as well.
124.
Yo,
Raceway Park.
So heels, pops, chair shots of the week. Might as
Action
well
card.
just jump right in, right?
Yeah, let's just jump right.
Who did y'all feel was heel of the week?
Not Jericho.
Brody Lee.
Not Jericho.
Brody Lee.
Talk to
Demolished Cody Rhodes.
Ese es un malo
And then
this
at the
week.
end, when he had him laid out with his brother Dustin, with his wife Brandy, he popped out this little bag with the old TNT Championship title, and he just se lo tiró encima. Saca la caca.
Saca la
Saca la caca.
I see your Brody Lee, and I raise you Brody Lee this week. On tonight's Dynamite, the Dark Order brought out a coffin, and and 10 had the fucking Cody Rhodes tattoo on his neck, and he came out of the coffin.
That wasn't a hickey?
Yeah, it was a Cody Rhodes shaped hickey. It's the one that Brandy Rhodes has.
Ooh.
There too. It's crazy. So Brody Lee for 2 weeks in a row just looking fucking like a monster, really making that TNT title not look so secondary.
Right.
Like we know it's not the main title, right? Like it's not the main title. But it's one thing to look at it as a strictly mid-card title. It's another thing to be like, nah, it's a major title.
It's starting to get that old school IC title vibes. Like, remember?
Yes.
When like Austin and The Rock were feuding for it, and you were like, "Oh shit, this is still better than the main event title."
Yes. There was a fucking truck driven into the mid-card match where Austin assaulted the entire Nation of Domination for the Intercontinental title. This happened.
That's how you level up an Intercontinental title, right?
That shit got important real quick. You know?
You know who?
And then they over the river.
So with the TNT title, with the way that Brody Lee is handling this whole TNT thing, like bringing in a coffin, like bringing in the whole Cody Rhodes thing, breaking the title and sprinkling on him, all of that is just making the TNT title so special, just like the IC title. That's exactly what I was going to say before. With that being said, the AEW World title also kind of felt like it was lacking a little bit, no? Like it's kind of like getting like this secondary. Yeah, I would kind of give it a little.
No, MJF's in the picture now, right?
He is. They signed.
What's going on with that?
They signed some shit tonight. They signed a contract. John Moxley kind of duped them into. So John Moxley had to sign away the paradigm shift. He cannot do the paradigm shift at All Out, right? However, Jon Moxley also added in that in order for that match to even happen, he's got to fight the lawyer the week before All Out.
So he's fighting MJF's lawyer next Wednesday.
Nice.
In
awesome.
a move that I thought was really corny.
I love it.
I for what?
30
what does that do? Oh, you fight the lawyer, motherfucker, for Pake.
Paki Chip.
Baki Chip. Shout out to the Baki Chip.
Is it Chris Parks?
It should made him pop.
Joseph Parks from TNA.
What other heels, pops, chair shots y'all got, yo?
I got a heel and a pop. Let's just go and call it a pop and we move on because it could be either or. Shayna Baszler. What do the 5 fingers say to the face?
Slap.
Toma coño! Yo, she smacked the shit out of her, yo.
I got
That
a
shit was
pop.
dope.
I got a pop for y'all at Takeover when you had Raquel face to face with Rhea Ripley. That was a nice moment in the ring. Obviously, they concluded it to a certain degree on NXT, but didn't live up to the expectation. But it's a tag team match, so you know how that goes. But yo, seeing those two women face to face, and she's taller than Rhea too. That was exciting. That was exciting. I was
Can't
like,
beat that.
ooh.
I got a pop chair shot combination. All right.
Ooh.
McAfee,
Ooh.
Adam Cole. Y'all get both. All right. Pop because the match was actually pretty good. All right. The match I thought was pretty decent. That match should have been had by a wrestler and Adam Cole, not by some athlete. I mean, he's an athlete. He's a professional athlete, top of his class, punter, right? He's not a running back, linebacker, right? Used to taking bumps and hits.
I didn't find them in my fantasy.
Yeah. You don't pick them in fantasy. All right, there's no punters in fantasy.
What kind of fantasy you having that you're picking Pat McAfee?
So those.
He shouldn't be doing moonsaults. I thought doing the moonsault on the group of people outside was great. He shouldn't be flipping off the top rope and landing on his feet, doing all these moves. Yo, like Adam Cole's supposed to have clout. Like unless we're not seeing the bigger picture, and McAfee is gonna come back and he's gonna have a legitimate career in the, maybe a short term, maybe a long term career, whatever. But like,
because he said he's done, right? That's it. He said he's out.
If he's out, that shit was mad dumb because it made Adam Cole look stupid.
I was gonna say something really funny, but is he gonna be the modern Mongo? Only a better in-ring performer.
Yo, he's better than Mongo.
That's true.
Don't disrespect him like that.
I mean,
that's what I think we're talking about.
Mongo actually did something when he played in the NFL, but to earn his Super Bowl ring.
Does he have at least one ring?
Listen, McAfee trained. McAfee trained. He looked good in the ring, bro. Like, he's going to be a Mongo. Remember, the WWE is sports entertainment. They love to have that cross between celebrities, athletes coming into the WWE. And they finally got a football player of this generation that can actually perform. Yeah, I'm talking about you, Baron Corbin. But, can I say Moose too? Is that possible? Yeah? All right.
He's going to bring everyone's NFL background?
You can say Goldberg if you want.
Not for nothing. It is a little bit more common that we have other sports athletes come into the wrestling world and be successful. So, I kind of maybe he shouldn't be doing flips, but it's not too far fetched to have one of them come in and at least keep up.
Yo, he wasn't.
I would say
he was doing more than.
No, you're right. It was more than keeping up. But it's more common that's happening these days.
Adam Cole's not
coming in and keeping up.
Adam Cole's not a regular wrestler on that roster. He's not
the king of NXT, right?
Yeah, he's the longest reigning NXT champion.
Adam Cole makes anybody in the ring with him look good. Adam Cole's like another Seth Rollins.
But should he be making a rookie look that good against him?
He made McAfee look too good. 2 weeks, yo. He kept saying 2 weeks. Oh, I did this on 2 weeks. So what does that mean? That means if you train for a month, you could beat Adam Cole? That's what you're saying?
Nah, man.
Right.
That man has a fucking ring. That man has.
He just made himself a vanilla midget.
I like how he played it off though in the post interviews, he was like, "Oh, he got me with those fake. That was alluring with when he missed him with the punt and he hit the steps.
Yeah,
he's like, oh, he lured me in with that. Oh, he sold that real well after the fact.
he gets it, yo. He gets it. He's so good.
Yeah.
So that's why it was a pop chair shot for me. Like I liked the match. I thought it was good. I thought McAfee was good in it. I just didn't like that he was so successful in that match. Like storytelling wise, it just doesn't make sense. He shouldn't be. Not with someone of his caliber.
So my question for you is, and that's why like I thought it should have been more of an extreme match or like a street fight, because that would have made more sense.
Yeah, that would have given him an upper hand, like not.
You know what I'm saying? And
wrestling.
then exactly, like we saw technical wrestling, and that's where I think the problem lies, especially because of the K-Seb amount of experience. But the storyline that you have with Dominic and Seth Rollins wouldn't have worked for that match, right? Could you see what sent it to Dominic, Adam Cole doing that to Pat McAfee?
Because Adam Cole's so small that it wouldn't look believable?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Right? That's the whole shit, right?
The size difference was a big difference. It was
a big difference. It was.
Then Adam Cole needed to be more technical with McAfee. But and then if you see, now that you say that, I actually think that Adam Cole did a terrible job. Because he didn't have the awareness. He went into that match and put McAfee over. He didn't have the awareness of saying, I need to put a story together that puts McAfee over.
Right.
McAfee cannot go in that match and out wrestle Adam Cole.
He could outpower him, right? That's a believable story.
Yeah.
Not a guy who's been doing it for like over a decade should not be going toe to toe with a guy who's doing it for 2 weeks.
Exactly.
The Swanton is fine because it's a scuffle and all that shit. Some flips are excusable.
Yo, think about this.
But it was too much.
How different would it have been if and we've seen the match. Would it not have been a much different match, a much more believable match?
Sure.
Right? Where he's fucking using his technical prowess. He's putting him in submissions. He's wearing them down, right? McAfee being the bigger guy. Now I'm playing Brock Daniel Bryan in my head, but like that's not the size difference in this match.
No.
But it's the ability difference, right? McAfee doesn't have the fucking Brock Lesnar ability.
Yes,
but he should be.
Yes, they like that.
Listen, he's longer, right? So put him in the F-block and put his leg against the ropes. You know, like that kind of.
Right.
They're that far apart. Right.
I mean,
I got a chair shot for y'all.
Yeah.
That's all the damn time we have for you folks this week. I don't give a damn where you got your fix from. I know you got it somewhere. But ladies and gentlemen, Pretty Chubby Fly gonna tell y'all what y'all can do to show the bad guys some love.
Check us out, Heels, Pops, and Chairshots on our YouTube channel. And don't forget to like. Give us those reviews. Give us those 5 stars. And check us out on HPC23 on IG, Facebook, and Twitter.
You already know. 10 count of 10 toll. Watch out for them pre-shows. They coming at you this weekend. Stay tuned. Peace.